Hi, I'm Carmelle. This is Carmel's World, and I'm back. Still under the weather, y'all. Still under the weather. I'm fighting it with everything I can, but this laryngitis got me in a choke hold for real. But nevertheless, that's not going to stop me. I said I was going to do a motivational series. Motivational series is what I'm going to deliver. I don't know about being thoroughly consistent, in other words, once a week, but I'll try to do twice a month, maybe even 3 times a month. I'll push it to 3 times a month. And we'll see what we can do from there. Okay? Um, so this particular motivation, let me take my glasses off because you can't see nothing but the lights that's coming in my face. Okay. This week's motivational series will be on mental health. Now, I know you say like motivation and mental health, what does that mean? Well, we all need good mental health, right? I mean, nobody wants to walk around with depression or anxiety or any of the other different mental illnesses that might affect us in a way where our mental health is not where it needs to be. And if you don't have any of those type of disorders, y'all know I'm talking my hands, then you might not understand. But for those of us, because I sometimes come into an agreement with this too, so we say two more touch and agree. God is listening. Um, I do suffer at times from anxiety, at times depression, and with the way the world is made up today, who can blame us for having it? And I say us because I know there's probably somebody out there that's probably either suffered with it, is suffering with it, or is probably in the prerequisites of it, or has had it and knows what I'm talking about. Okay, I got my trusty dusty, y'all, my little baby trusty dusty, and I have a piece of gum in my mouth. It's gum to help me concentrate because when I talk, I tend to veer off. So I'm gonna try to chew this gum. So y'all forgive me, okay? Um, I'm gonna do some light housekeeping like I always do. For the new people, hey y'all, welcome, 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 welcome. Come on in. Front seat chairs in the front row is always available. Come on in, have a seat, sit a spell, pull one up, get comfortable and hope that you enjoy the show or whatever you want to call what I'm doing. Because what I do is, for an explanation, for those who don't know, um, I kind of do an answering question thing where I will ask questions about a certain topic. I will get my information, I will research the information, and then I will expound on it the best way that I can to kind of break it down in layman's terms in my own words to y'all so that y'all can be well informed instead of being misinformed or ill informed, meaning you don't have enough information or the information that you do have is not the right type of information. So I give you my version of what the right type of information is. Now, am I a doctor? No. Am I a motivational speaker? No. Am I a psychologist, therapist, social worker? I hold none of those degrees yet. But I will give you the best information that I can muster up in my little old brain cells from my research. I do Google. I go into different articles and or I just basically Google for definitions that I already know, but I want to make sure that I say them properly and correctly to y'all. So this way, I will let you know. I give people their flowers. I will not say Carmel said it. I will tell you if Google said it. I will tell you if Professor so and so or Doctor such and such have said it. Because what I ain't going to do is plagiarize and get sued by somebody for something I didn't know, for something I don't have, which is $1 million. Full of what? Sorrow and pity, because that's all they're going to get. Um, so that's how I do my answering questions series. I know it sounds boring, but for some people, it's enlightenment because a lot of people, they're too busy or just too tired or just not motivated, like the title. And they, will look and say, well, you know what? She did the work for me. And she seems like she cares because I really, really, really do care about my audience. And I care that you know the very best and the most of what it is you should know about whatever it is that my title is that you might be going through at the time. Okay? Now, for my tried and trues, my A1 day ones, my soul tribe, welcome y'all. Y'all know how we do. Pull up a chair. You know what I'm saying? Kool-Aid is in the corner. Iced tea is on the table. Pull up the cookies and do what you do. My comment section. Now, that's where we get a little sticky. Please leave a positive, informative, inspirational, motivational comment. And I say this with love because more than me reads my comment section. Believe it or not, I get some people that will run through and look up what they want to look up and then go head on. Now, lately, I haven't been having one comment, no comments, but I've been having views. So if you looking at it, leave something. Let me know that you were there. Leave a heart. Leave a thank you, sis. Thank you, Miss Carmelle. Informative, something to let me know that you didn't just come through and view and pick up some jewels, that you actually took the time to go to the end. And even if you didn't and you just came through to get some views, at least let me know, hey, I was here. I would appreciate it. And for those who like what they see and can make it to the end of the video and you've seen more than one video, by all means, please share if you care to. Like, I would appreciate it. And subscribe. You might as well. You know you're gonna get some jewels. You do know this. You know you're gonna get some information. I'm gonna leave you informed with something. Even if all I do is just slap knee entertainment for you, I'm doing something. I'm giving you a service. I'm just saying. You could return the favor. Just saying. Now, I say all this to say, and even if you have a question, let me say that. If you have a question about what it is I'm speaking on, you don't get something, you want more information on something, you want more of my opinion on something, because at 53, I've earned some nano wisdom. I've been here 50 years plus a few. So I'm not claiming to be a psychologist or a therapist or anything like that. But when it comes to human behavior, after raising a whole tribe of people, and that's from little ones to the bigger ones and everything in between, from children to adults, I know a little something about a little something about a little something about a little something. So if you ask me, I might be able to give you some true bona fide nano wisdom in the best way I serve it, which is honest but sweet. And I promise you, I will do more good than harm. Because if I'm going to do harm, I'm not going to open my mouth to speak on it. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to give you the numbers of some people that can help you better. There may be a department of something. It might be a hotline of something. It might even be your local whatever. If you just leave, the state that you're in or whatever the case may be. Promise you, I will try my hardest to get you what you need if I can. Okay? Now, with that being said, if there's a negative comment, if there is something that I have to question the validity of why it was sent, why it was left, if you're trying to get critical in the comment section or you're trying to tell me how to have my channel. Because, see, my thing is, if you could tell me how to have a channel, you could have your own. If I'm taking the time out to actually have enough guts to get up in front of this camera and post, you could do the same thing by getting in my comments and telling me how I should be doing something. Ain't doing neither one of us a world of good. Because, honey, Miss Carmelle been here 53 years. And if she ain't changed in the last 50, the last 53 is not going to be too positive for you. I will block and I will delete, long story short, without a hesitation. I might even answer you back if it ain't too bad, with love, and then I'll block and delete after about 6-7 days. Okay? Alrighty then. Thank you in advance for understanding. Now let's start. Questions on motivation and mental health. Now, first and foremost, we must have to ask the question, what is motivation and mental health? Because that's a long title. And you know, whenever you talk about mental health, it gets real deep. It gets real murky. I'm going to try to take all the murkiness out of it, and I'm going to try to work with y'all the way I would tell it to somebody I cared about, okay? Motivation is one of the driving forces behind human behavior. Mental health, good or bad, is part of human behavior. The absence can lead to mental illnesses such as depression, as an example. Motivation encompasses the desire to continue striving toward meaning, purpose, and a life worth living. Okay? Now, that's just what it is. Now, let's go on to okay. Why is motivation important? Especially in mental health. Finding ways to increase motivation is crucial, but it allows us to change behavior, develop competence, be creative, set goals, grow interests, make plans, develop talents, and boost engagement. And when it's saying boost engagement, all it means is it allows you to go out and be around other people. You are engaging, you are being around others, you are going out like social events, to the store, to family time, you know, whether it's immediate family or just like maybe a family reunion or a cookout or something, or a basketball game at your kid's school, something like that. Now, what are some tips to get you motivated and to stay motivated? We are moving through this real fast, y'all. I'm trying not to drag it out like I normally do. Tips to get and stay motivated. One would be get out of bed and get out of your PJs. The simple act of getting up is a good first victory of the day. No matter when you do it, just do it, like Nike would say. And what they mean by that is, even if it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, get up. And you know what? Take your pajamas off. You don't need pajamas on. If you're getting up out the bed, put some clothes on, some in-the-house clothes. In my family, we have in-the-house clothes and outside clothes. Outside clothes generally is a little dressier, depending on your taste, than in-the-house clothes. But in-the-house clothes could be sweatpants, t-shirt, you know, cute little socks, slippers, or what have you. Something comfortable, but not pajamas. If you can go to bed in it, it ain't what I'm talking about. Okay? Get dressed, get up, sit down, make up your bed. After you get up and get yourself together, maybe get you a cup of coffee. Yeah, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you need some energy. Make your bed. Once you make your bed, 19 times out of 10, and yes, I do know that 19 is not, I know. It's just the way I say it. 19 times out of 10, you're not going to want to get back in it and mess it up. So make your bed up. Get your day started that way. Look in the kitchen, see what you could cook for the day. Take that out. Maybe wash some dishes that's in the sink. Do a load of laundry. Vacuum. Just get up and do something. Go for a walk if you can, outside or inside your home. Now, I said it like that because some folk, like myself, because I have a disability, which doesn't really limit me, but it kind of sort of limits me just a smidge. And if you can't go to walk outside, maybe you have a disability of limit mobility. Maybe you have a weight category that you're in that maybe limits your movements, with your on your weight bearing joints, your knees, your ankles, stuff like that. You got to get up at some point and go to the bathroom, right? Okay, well, you can get up and walk to the kitchen, sit down, count to 20 or 30, and get back up and come walk in the room. And if you could start to do that once an hour. Now, before you go and do this, check with your doctor to make sure that you are able and capable to do exercise where it doesn't affect the weight bearing, joints in the body, and it doesn't affect your heart, your blood pressure, or whatever pre-existing conditions you already have that might prohibit you being able to go and walk or whatever the case may be. And if you are cleared to do these things, take a walk. Walk outside would be wonderful. If you are in a wheelchair, roll. If you're able to go outside, if you have assistance that will help you to go outside just to get some air, maybe that person can walk with you to the end of the block or push you to the end of the block. You just need to get outside your environment, do something. Get yourself motivated. Once you get out, sometimes just getting out into the air and the sun does the world of good to the body. Garden. Get your hands dirty for a mood lift. Now, that would be for people that can go outside, that don't really have too many mobility issues. I mean, like myself, I think I can get outside and garden, but gardening and ants and worms and centipedes and all that there, that ain't my thing, Miss Carmelle. Mm-mm. I'm good. Give me some concrete, sidewalk, asphalt. I'm your girl. Worms, ants, centipedes, and all the rest, they grasshoppers, and yeah, you lost me at the worm. Snakes and bugs, spiders. You lost. I'm gone. I'm out. I'll be back in the house before I probably will look like I don't have a disability. Which, by the way, I'm talking about this. It's like it limits my mobility to a certain degree, but it doesn't at all cut it all the way out. It just makes it so that I can walk in short bursts right now, and with more exercise and more um, physical therapy, I should be able to push myself beyond the boundaries of the limitation that is given me at the moment. I have two prosthetic hips and I have lower back issues, which, like I said, it doesn't limit me per se 100%. But, when you have arthritis, because I do have that too, when you have arthritis, it kind of sort of reminds you, girl, what you doing? You better sit down. Sit down. So, sometimes when the weather doesn't permit, when the weather's cold or something like that, and I'm aching, it's just not my thing to do. But now there's some days where I'm in my good and I'm ready to walk around, and I might have to sit down every now and again because of my back or because, hips. But, because believe it or not, I was told when I got my hip surgery, you know, sidebar story, when I was getting hip surgery, there was a gentleman that was in the office, and this was right before my hip surgery, my right hip, which was the first surgery I got. And he told me, he said, I could tell that you are in a lot of pain. And I was in excruciating pain. They had me on a walker, and even the walker wasn't taking the pain away from the weight that was bearing on. Just it, I would sit down and I would hurt. So it wasn't for the factor of, oh, if you just lose some weight, you can go ahead on, you won't have any pain. That wasn't it. Even sitting down was hurting. Moving sideways hurt. So when I got up to walk, and I had bone on bone, my the joint in my hip was totally gone. So I had my pelvic bone that was rubbing against my thigh bone, kind of sort of like this. And so you could hear the every time I walk, you hear the rubbing of the bone on top of the other bone, and it was extremely painful. He looked at me and he said, "You have a good doctor." Shout out to Dr. Cabezas. You have a good doctor, and he's going to get you right. But you're going to then encounter a different type of pain. You're still going to have pain. It's just not going to be as bad, but you're still going to have pain. It'll just be a different type, but it'll be more manageable. And he wasn't lying, because I do still have pain in that area. I can feel the even though it's been, what, 19, 21, 2, 3, 4 years, I do still feel a pull in the area where my muscle had to be operated on in order to do the surgery. They had to open up the hip area. And I still feel the pain of sometimes when I overdo it, it feels like the muscle is being pulled away from the bone. And I know that it's being pulled up, it's being stretched. And the area where it healed together, that's being stretched, and that hurts. And I feel it sometimes. I grin and bear it, but I feel it sometimes. So I understand. If you can't do something, do what you can do. And even start doing it in moderation. Just do something. Don't overschedule yourself. Thank you for listening to that little sidebar. Don't overschedule yourself, because that will create panic. When you know that you got this to do at 9 o'clock, you got this to do at 10 o'clock, you got another appointment at 12 o'clock, you promise somebody to be there at 3 o'clock, you know that you got to cook dinner by 6 o'clock, that's too much. And you're doing this every day. You're over scheduling every day. You're just people expect you to be able to be available because you're home, or you're just, sometimes when you get in your head, you stay in a place where it's more, you're here. So people assume that because you're there, you'll be available to cook, to clean, to watch kids, to do the dishes, to wash clothes, to mop the floors, to sweep, to sometimes your mental just won't allow you to do that. But now you can start little projects. Like, okay, today is a good day to do laundry. I'll make today a laundry day. That'll motivate you to get some laundry done. Now, nobody said you had to do 100 loads of laundry. If you get one done, you've done. Next tomorrow, take on a different task, or continue the task from the day before. But don't overschedule. Don't overburden yourself. Avoid negativity. Please avoid negativity. Avoid negative people, negative sayings, negative situations. When I say negative, I mean all negativity if possible. If you know that person does not do anything besides talk about what they ain't got, who they can't have, where they don't belong, why they can't do it, why they can't afford it, who doesn't like them, and that's a negative minded person. You have to avoid them if you can, like the Black Plague. Literally. Like when I say Hey, it's nice talking to you. And as soon as they see, girl, let me tell you, boy, let me tell you, today was not a good day. Oh, I went to the supermarket and blase blah, try to flip it around. Oh, you went to the supermarket? Why didn't you tell me? I would have probably tried to go with you. Oh, girl, I have enough gas in my car to swing around your way. Negative. Oh, I could have gave you gas money. That wouldn't have been a problem. Positive. Oh, I ain't know. Okay, well, next time I'm going to call you. Okay, that's what's up. Oh, okay. Girl, you wouldn't want to go be there anyway, because when I was in there, I seen Mr. So-and-so, and he ain't have nothing to tell me but stuff about his wife. And really, oh, okay. Well, did you let him know that you had things to do and that you'd have to catch him on the next go round? If the answer to that question was no, that's the end of the conversation. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Look, girl, you gonna have to call me with the rest of the conversation because I'm in a rush. I got this, that, and the third to do, and I gotta get back to the house real soon because I gotta get this done. Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna call you. What time you gonna be in? Oh, just text me and I'll let you know if I'm finished what I'm doing, and then I'll go ahead and call you back. Oh, okay. It was good seeing you, though. Pew! Stage, exit, left or right, depending on which way you gonna go with it. But please avoid negative people. Avoid saying negative things about yourself to others. Oh, I know I'm too fat for this. I'm too crippled or disabled for that. Oh, I never be able to do that because I'm not smart enough. Oh, I'm not agile enough. I can't do this, that. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. God don't make junk. Irregardless of the fact of whatever wear and tear we may put on it, it didn't start out that way. And honestly speaking, it doesn't have to remain that way. There's small changes that we can do to help to implement exercise, dietary changes, and whatever else. You can go to your doctors. You can ask your doctor about ways to improve your health, things of that nature. So this way, you can start implementing positive. You know what? I'm gonna start this diet. I'm going to stay on this diet, and I intend to lose this weight, and I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to get outside and I'm going to walk to the end of the mailbox and back. And I'm going to do this every day. And I'm going to get so good, I'm going to get to the end of the block. And before you know, I'm going to be around that corner. And before you know that, I'm going to be around this whole block. I'm going to be at the park. I'm going to start exercising again. You know what? I'm going to make it my deal to go play with my grandchildren at least once a week. I'm going to invite them over, or I'm going to go to their house just to get myself out the house, and I'm gonna play with my grandbabies, or I'm gonna go visit my children, or I'm gonna go visit my sister or my brother, or whatever the case may be. Even if I have to save up money for a cab to get there and get back, that'll be my outing for the month. But that's positive. Go somewhere where it's positive, where you're celebrated. Okay? Find, make, and stick to a routine. Nothing beats a failure but a try with a routine. If you set your alarm clock every night before you go to sleep to make sure you get up by a certain time in the morning or even the afternoon. If mornings aren't your thing, you're an afternoon person, get up at 1 o'clock. Get up at 1 o'clock, make your bed up, get out your PJs, go take a nice hot shower or cold, depending on how you like it. Get you a cup of coffee or tea, depending on what you like to drink, and start your day. And let that be your start to your routine. I'm going to get up every day. And then maybe after 30 days, the next 30 days, you might want to pull it back a half an hour until you get into the mornings. And then before you know it, you'll be a morning person who said they could never be a morning person. Habits take between, if I'm not mistaken, 20 to 30 days to be able to set in your mind upstairs. So if that's the case, then guess what? The next month, the next 20 to 30 days, make it your bet to go and maybe instead of 1 o'clock, 12:30. And make sure the night before you have out your clothes you're going to wear for the day. You take out your food you want to cook for the day, or you put it down in the refrigerator so it could defrost. You get your coffee and everything, or your tea and everything ready in your cup in your kitchen. All you got to do is turn on the pot. Or if you have one of those expensive pots, like I ain't got, that's negative, but I'm going to have one day. Flip it around. One of those tea pots that got the coffee pots that got the little alarms on them that you could set, and they will start to brew at a certain time in the morning. There you have it. By the time you get in that kitchen, you already got your cup of coffee. All you got to do is add whatever things you like to cream it up. Milk, creamer, whatever. But get your routine. I know every day, a certain time of the day, I'm going to devote to prayer. I'm going to devote to reading the Bible, or reading the Quran, or reading the Torah, or reading whatever it is you believe in. Because, as I say in all my videos, I am not going to push my religious beliefs on anybody. Do I want you to believe in God? Absolutely. Do I think that it's good for you to believe in God or something? Absolutely. Am I saying my God is the end all be all? I wish I could say that I believe he is, but that's my belief. That's not your belief. You can believe in whatever you choose to believe in. Just believe in something and know that when this world's over, you know where you're going. That's all I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, I know where I'm going. And I didn't come to preach. I didn't come to push. I'm just saying. Whatever you believe in, make sure you believe in it wholeheartedly. And when you leave this world, make sure you know where you're going. And if that what you would believe in right now is not going to get you there, and you know that there's another religious belief that you could believe in that you know that guarantees your spiritual deliverance, well, ... Just saying. FYI. Socialize. Find some people that are your equal and talk. Maybe go out to a basketball game, or maybe go out to I know in some areas they call them VFW. I've never personally been, but VFW, sometimes they have like little bar settings where you can buy food and you can drink and you can just, maybe meet people there. Maybe a bar and grill. Go out and have you some dinner and socialize with the people that are out at where you're going, like Applebee's, Olive Garden, your neighborhood pub, things of that nature, Maybe make dinner, invite over your family, and just socialize with them. Just talk. You'll probably feel a little better if you were around your loved ones who really care about you. And invite the ones who you know really care about. Please do not invite the ones that you know every time they were arguing with somebody at the cookout, the family reunion, the Christmas show. Everywhere they go, they sort of argue. That's not the one. If they're going to feel some type of way, baby, they're just going to have to feel some type of way. But please do not invite the people that you know are going to create the argument. Okay. Now, let us go to number 4. How can you become and stay motivated? This is a spinoff of what I was already saying. Set goals. Don't set 50 million goals. 50 million goals is going to get you headaches and heartaches. You set maybe 1, 2 goals and work towards those 1. And you might not even need 2. Start with 1. If you know that you're a goal setter and a goal breaker, just start with 1 small, achievable. When I say achievable, I mean something that you know you can start and finish and learn, that you can incorporate in your mind to become part of your routine. And try that one. Because like a routine, do that same goal, work towards that goal, and at the end of the 30 days, see if you've achieved that goal and start on your next goal. And you're building, just like Jacob's ladder. You're building. Choose goals that interest you. Now, Um, when I say choose goals that interest you, please. If you know you don't fish and you know you scared of water and you know you can't swim with the life jacket on, fishing, learning how to fish might not be your thing. But if you know you excel in reading and you love to study and you know that you are a person that loves to learn, then maybe you can go back and take a course, an online course to start with in college. Pick out something that you enjoy and go get it. Set it as a goal and then move forward in that goal until you've achieved it. Slowly but surely. Make your goal public. Now, I'm not sure about that because now these are all things that I Googled, and when I read them, I picked out the one that I felt would apply to my audience. Things that I would do that I would think that y'all could achieve. So I'm giving Google all the, you know, I Googled all these things. I looked at different topics, but pretty much more than less, I Google definitions and different things that I questions that I ask and things of that nature. Um, make your goal public. I'm not sure about that because everybody that say yay ain't for you, and that's just being honest and being real. You could tell somebody, oh yeah, I'm going back to school. I wanted to finish my English degree and I'm going back to school. And that person that's not for you, they'll smile in your face and go, girl, you old. What you going back to school for? For what? What you gonna do with it? You not working, so what you gonna do? Find you a job and try to go to work with an English degree? Where they gonna hire you at? A school? You know how bad these kids, I mean, you see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? So tell your goal to people that you trust and that you know got your benefit and not your deficit in their heart and their minds as well as their mouth. Somebody that's supportive, somebody that's gonna go, you know what? You wanna go back to school? Do you need a ride? Cause I'm on my way. I passed college. You doing it online? Okay, well, you said that you needed some help with your computer. It needed to be cleaned or something. I got a software program. I think that you could help people like that. People that will ask you a week later. So did you ever, get back into school? Are you, going taking the steps? Oh, okay. That's what's up. Cool. Well, let me know, how this works out for you. Let me know if I can help you in any way. Those type of people, not the latter, what I just described when I began. Plot your progress. Some people will say journal. You start your journal on the day that you start class, and you do like a weekly update. Okay, well, today is, February, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the week, okay, today is February, blah, blah, blah. And so far, so good. I'm liking my course. I like my teachers. Or, it's a little hard. I don't want to fall behind. I think I need to ask for help. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to ask for some help and see if I can get maybe a tutor or something to help me. I feel like I'm starting, as Drake said, I'm starting from the bottom and I'm here, so to speak. Literally, though, I feel like I'm starting at the bottom and everybody else is above me, and I feel like I got to play catch up. And I just, before you stop altogether, give yourself that motivation. Talk to a friend. Look, I feel like I'm getting ready to stop going to school and I really don't want to, but I'm striving and I'm pushing and I just don't know. Well, you know what, friend? I got some information for you. Let's do this together. I'll help you. What do you need my help? Break up your goal. Take your goal, and instead of having one big ginormous goal, break it into smaller goals. Okay, well, first I'm going to go and I'm going to call the school and find out about financial aid. Next, I'm going to do my finances in my house to find out if I'll be able to afford the financial aid either before, during, or after I graduate from school. You got to speak things into an existence. I will graduate from school. I will find out from my counselor at the school if they can help me with financial aid. That'll be the first goal. The next one, okay, I need to figure out which course do I want to be part of. Let me investigate the different courses. I know I like to read. I know I like English. I know I want to teach. Okay, so let me go into that particular juncture and find out from the guidance counselor or whoever's going to be my counselor, what do they have for people that are interested in the courses that I'm interested in, what the courses I can take, how long it's going to take. You break everything down into smaller goals, and once you achieve those smaller goals, you'll realize that at the end of the journey, that one goal can be met probably before 30 days is up. Use rewards. Now, use rewards basically means, you know what, at the end of the week, if I can get myself through this, I owe me a dinner. Now, if eating is not what you want to do, maybe you need a handbag that you thought that I'll go get me a book bag from Neiman Marcus and spend a little bit for quality on something I could put my books and my notebooks in. Maybe I'll go buy me some notebooks and go get my books for class at the end of the week, which will solidify and make what I'm doing real. Things of that nature. And don't do it alone. If you can find a buddy, stick with your buddy. What if you want to regain your motivation and passion? Here's 8 mental hacks. Focus on intrinsic motivation. Anytime that you hear the word intrinsic, it means inside. It means what you're doing for your own self pleasure because it's something you want to do, not outside, not extrinsic, which means I'm doing it because I'm receiving a trophy or an award or something like that. Intrinsic, I'm doing it for me. Extrinsic, I'm still getting a reward, but the reward will be more so from somebody else or what have you. Tap into your bigger purpose. Ditch the negatives. Stop overthinking it. One of the worst things that we can do as a human being is to overthink a situation, and we think it to death. We will think about it and think about it, go to sleep on it, and get up and still be thinking about it. We'll talk to our friends about it. They will tell us all the positives on the planet, and we will sit there and try to overthink what they just told us about it. Stop overthinking it. Sometimes a duck is just a duck. Okay? Connect with your values. What is it that you were raised with? What is it that you know that's to be right and true for you? Your values, what you stand on, what you believe in. Stick with your values. If you know that your values are something that has always kept you afloat, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, and they are good values, stick with them. They'll get you farther than the negatives. Block off one day of your week for your passion work. Whatever it is that you're passionate about, whether it's going back to school or whether it's a hobby, whether it's drawing or sewing or, maybe volunteering at the community center or at church, get one day, and take that one day. And that day is going to be pretty much for that activity. Everybody should know, look, Thursday, I got choir practice. I got to be at the church by 9 o'clock in the morning because I got to help pastor with this, that, and the third. It's just church day. I'm going to be at church. So if you need me for something, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, because Saturday I got Bible study and Sunday is church. So if you want me, you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Thursday, church. That's it. And that's all you're going to see me at. And that's all I'm going to be, my mind is on, focused on. Tap into good memories. Tap into those memories which make you smile, because they may motivate you to push on in areas and at times when you might not want to. Know how you're helping others. Your passion work might be something like community work, feeding the homeless, helping the homeless, going to the hospital and being a candy striper and going around and just being a volunteer, going to an old, like a nursing home and walking around and giving out magazines, having conversations, bringing their food to them, stuff like that. Volunteer work. You're helping somebody. You might not, the first 30 people might be angry and grumpy and aggravated and irritated and agitated and all the other H's and uns, but then you come across that one person that might have been depressed and your conversation made them smile. And that's one of those things that's called a good memory that you can, focus on when you can't find a reason to focus. There is 6 C's to motivation: choice, challenge, control, collaboration, and constructing, meaning, and consequences. Now, I could tell you those 8, but I don't believe that I wrote down the definitions to them. So basically, I'm going to read you what's left on my notes because it's 47 minutes in. Motivation is one of the driving forces behind human behavior. Its absence can lead to mental illness such as depression. Motivation encompasses the desire to strive towards meaning, purpose, and a life worth living. 5 steps to mental well-being. Connect with other people. Good relationships are important for your mental well-being. 2. Be physically active. Being physically active is not just only great mentally, but excellent for your physical health and fitness. And a lot of times when we get kind of down and we don't move around enough, our mental gets like a little lag. It gets a little slower. Like we don't have that oomph, that drive. And when you get that, you start moving around more, exercising a little bit more, just moving, just getting up and walking around, just maybe going out to the mailbox or going out your house. And the mailbox might be right outside your door, but you got to move from where you're at to go get it. And you start doing that every day, and that adrenaline starts pumping, and you start feeling better about whatever it is you're doing. Once you start accomplishing goals, automatically you will start to feel a little bit better about your situation. But it always good to, put that with exercise, because exercise is good for the body and as well as the mind. And exercising your mind is just as well as exercising your body. Like crosswords, search and finds, anything that has to do with numbers or words or anything you have to remember or learn, exercising the mind. Learn new skills, give to others, pay attention to the present moment, mindfulness. Do not dwell on the past. Let me say it again for the people in the back. Do not keep dwelling. If you do, on the past. You cannot change the past. And the past cannot change itself. The only thing that you can do with the past is learn from it so that your past will not dictate your future by keeping you stuck in your present because of it. Okay? That wasn't me who just said that. That was the Holy Spirit. Please trust me because I wouldn't know how to put that together. But you get what I'm saying. Get some rest. Sometimes people like myself, we think, and we don't sleep enough. And our bodies, our minds don't have a chance to power down and just get some good old-fashioned needed rest. The body needs to rest so that it can repower, regenerate, so that it can repair itself. And you staying up all night, all day, day in, day out, getting 2 hours of sleep, an hour and a half, 15 minutes here, or maybe an hour there. That's not giving the body what it needs. The mind has to eventually shut off. That's when you go into your REM sleep, your dreams, and you start to dream. And even if you don't remember it, your body needs time to take a break. So give it a break. Okay? Whatever you're doing in that moment, please know that tomorrow may not be promised. But if you get a chance, then you wake up on the right side of the rainbow, you have an opportunity to redo what you didn't do the day before. Okay? Think positive thoughts. Try to start the day on a positive note. Once you get up in the morning, you look in the mirror. You look, where's my mirror? I have a mirror that sticks with me. My mirror. And I look in the mirror and I look at myself and I go, Carmelle, today is the day. We're going to make great things happen. You're beautiful on the inside. You're beautiful on the outside. You mean something to God and you mean something to yourself. Make it happen. Make it work. You can do it. Why? Because you are who you are and you have a purpose. I love you and you're beautiful. And I do that every morning. And if you can, and you can get your little mirror from 99-cent store, baby. Because that's where my mirror came from, 99-cent store. And trust me, it's got a crack down the middle. It was truly 99 cents. But that's neither here nor there. I can still see myself. That's all that matters. And give yourself positive affirmations every day. If you get up and just say, look at yourself and go, I love you. You have a purpose. Let's go ahead on and move forward in it. You can do this. You got this. You're beautiful. Every day. Don't miss a day. You'll start to see changes in yourself and you'll start to feel different about yourself. Irregardless of what size you are, how tall, how short, what color, what complexion your hair is, whatever teeth is missing, whatever the case may be, you still beautiful. Because you're beautiful to God. He don't make junk. It doesn't matter how life may have worn you down just a little bit. When God looks at you, he doesn't look at your outside appearance. He looks at your spirit. And your spirit is beautiful. And guess what? There is somebody out there that's going to look at you and go, you are gorgeous. Oh my goodness, can I get that number? Trust me, I didn't think it was possible, and it happened to me once. So trust me, if I got happen to me, it got happen to you. Trust me. Pick a hobby. Eat a well diet that does the body good. 9, open up a trust fund. Open up to a trusted friend, clergy, doctor about what's going on. Talking can be very helpful as well as healing. If you know you can trust your pastor, your preacher, your minister, first lady, your doctor, your therapist, of course you're going to be able to trust her because she's basically sworn to silence on another level, but she has to keep what goes on between you and her unless you're trying to harm yourself between you and her. So go to someone that you can trust, or just a trusted friend, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, And when I say girlfriend and boyfriend, I don't mean your significant other unless you know you can trust that person with, that type of information. You might want to go to your best friend or, a girlfriend that, from around the way that, y'all got history together and y'all just, you love her like a sister. She love you like a sister. Y'all each other's rock. Or you got your brother that, and I'm talking for men, that's my boy, that's my brother, that's my rock. Me and him been together like cold weather and sweaters. Yeah, that's how far back we go. That type of relationship. Talk to them. They could talk to you, you could talk to them. Maybe y'all could be helpful to one another. They could be that little oomph, that little bit of spark to your motivation. Now, when I said being mindful before, and being mindful means maintaining a moment by moment awareness of your thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and surrounding environments through a gentle and nurturing lens. In other words, being mindful means always being aware of your environment, what's going on around you, the situation that you might be in, and having awareness of all of it. Because some people will go into situations and it'll be like, they there but they ain't really there. They sitting in the middle of a whole big mess and they don't even realize it's a mess because they just kind of like here with it when they should be here with it. And intrinsic motivation, which I did mention, intrinsic refers to the actions that are driven by internal rewards. A person is moved to act for the fun or challenge entailed rather than because of external products, pressures, or rewards. When I said bigger purpose, the definition to that was to define the bigger purpose in life is to have found the foundation for your own personal life purpose. The clear definition is to define why you exist. Some people go on for the rest of their lives searching for why they exist. And some people find out when they go to the store. They realize, I've been setting up clothes all my life. I've been a stylist. That could be part of my purpose. Stylist. I could be a stylist to the stars. I could be a stylist to the homeless, but I could be a stylist. Search for your purpose. Values. Values are individual beliefs that motivate people to act one way or another. They serve as a guide for human behavior. Usually you are predisposed to adopt the values that are you were raised with, can do with one's particular culture. They are important to you in a way that you live and work. They help you determine your priorities. So when I mentioned values before, connect with your values. Connect with the core belief system that's been instilled in you, whether it had been by your grandmother and grandfather or by your parents or your aunties, your uncles, or whomever you grew up with, and you know they're positive and that they are a positive impact on your life. Well, my people, what it means to me to have positive motivation is, because we're at 58 and I'm about to end, always try to have positive motivation in your mental health. It will make a difference in your life. It will make a difference in your world. It will make a difference to the people around you. Because if you're depressed, if you have, it's something that's called, hold on one second, because I have a definition that I didn't say to y'all. Okay. Motivation is also the drive to achieve your goals and needs. It is important to break old habits and develop healthy ones. Many people struggle with getting and staying motivated, especially if a person has some form of mental health condition, for example, anxiety or avolition. That's the word I want y'all to understand. Now, the definition for anxiety: a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease, typically about an imminent event, which means an event that's about to happen, or something with an uncertain outcome. It can also be described as intense, excessive, and persistent worry, fear about everyday situations. This is how Google defined it. Symptoms are, or could be, fast heart rate, rapid breathing, sweating, and feeling tired may occur. Avolition is a total lack of motivation that makes it hard to get anything done. It is considered a negative symptom. An example: you can't start or finish even a simple everyday task like inability to care for personal hygiene or participate in work or recreational activities. That's what I wanted y'all to know. Abolition. Because not having motivation is also a problem, as well as lack of motivation. So, because it's a difference between, excuse me, y'all, it's a difference between a lack of having it and just not having it at all. Because a lack of motivation, you can kind of kick yourself in the behind and get started with something. Like, I'm so tired of looking at that pile of clothes. Let me go ahead and do this laundry because it's getting on my nerves. Where you have the other condition, and it's like, I really want to do that laundry. I really do. But I just, I can't do it. I really want to though. And so you sit there all day long with negative affirmations instead of positive ones at yourself about why you can't do it, because you have absolutely no motivation to do it. Some people have it so bad where they can't even get up and bathe themselves, and that's if I'm not mistaken, is also a sign of severe depression too. People will be so depressed that they get into this rut and not get out, and they just have no motivation. They lack the motivation to do anything, to get up, to change their clothes, make their bed, take care of personal hygiene, things of that nature. And at that point, I suggest very wholeheartedly that you speak to someone professional. If you ever get into that moment where you know, I need to do this and I just can't do it, Miss Carmelle. I just can't. I want to so bad, but I can't. Talk to your doctor. If you have a therapist, talk to your therapist. If you have a psychiatrist, speak to your psychiatrist. If you have a social worker, talk to the social worker, because they can get you connected with a psychiatrist and a therapist. Because the way it is here in the United States, in the state of Maryland, we have to first make an appointment to see a therapist. The therapist then will have a conversation with us and figure out from that conversation what we could possibly be suffering from. If anything, we might just need somebody to talk to. And from there, if we need some type of medication, they will pass us to the psychiatrist. The psychiatrist will then have a similar conversation with us. They will ask us if we want to, think about medication and or group therapy or individual therapy, excuse me. And from there, we will take the action of either going back, the next appointment will be back with the therapist, and or we will start medication as a route also to help. Medication does not necessarily mean you have to take medication. Let me state this. You do not have to take medication if you so choose not to take it. There are so many people that are afraid to go to therapists and psychiatrists because they're afraid they're going to have to take medicine. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You can go and have individual therapy, and that individual therapy can go from individual to group or stay individual or whatever the case may be until you solve what's going on with you. And they may be able to help you out of your depression. They may be able to help you motivate yourself to start doing and getting up and being better at what you're supposed to be doing for yourself and others. Okay? But nobody can force you to take medication unless you are just that bad and they hospitalize you And from there, it's up to the hospital at that point and you, because you may deny the treatment there too, and then they have to figure out something else. But for the most part, if you're just going to a psychiatrist because the psychiatrist wants to get your story and they want to be able to put down, okay, they're suffering with this disorder, that disorder, this, whatever, 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 they're getting what you've already stated with the therapist, and then the psychiatrist is going to then pretty much put their signed, sealed approval on, yeah, I can see that this person has this, or this, and that I suggested medication as a route to take because I think the medication would help. They denied it, so we have to go this direction with it, which may take a little longer with the therapist, but it's okay. Whatever you have to do to make yourself better, you have to do to make yourself better. Okay? Now, with that said, I love you. My God loves you too. I'm at the end of my video. You could have looked at the video before mine, or you could have looked at the video after mine, but you chose to look at my video, and for that, I am so grateful. You just don't know. I'm grateful. And if you know that my video has helped you, pass it along to somebody else that it could help. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get information out there. If you have a question, if you want me to help you with something, maybe get some information to you some other way, I will try to do what is necessary to be there. Miss Carmelle love the people, and she just wants the people to love her back. That's all. If you made this far in the video, by all means, comment. Please get in there, comment. If you can say I made it, I would be greatly appreciative. And like, because it puts me in the algorithm and it gets me out to more people. And by all means, subscribe. It don't hurt nobody. It's free of charge. And if you're looking at me this long, you done got something out of me. So you might as well do a sister a favor. I will do it for you. You'd be shocked and amazed at how many people I have actually subscribed to on YouTube because I did get something out of their video and I became a subscriber because of it. Now, do every video agree with my palette? No. So do I watch every video they make? No. But do I look at the ones that, heighten my sense of inquiry? In other words, I look at it and go, that looks interesting. Absolutely. And I leave them a little comment. Hey girl, just passing through, showing you some love. Liked your video. Just leave them a heart. What have you. Give them a like. But at the end of the day, I still was there to do what I needed to do to further that person's cause. Like liking, commenting, subscribing, those itty bitty things that people can do for one another. Okay, I think I've badgered you enough. I'm Carmelle. This is Carmelle's World, and I am out.